In the April issue of Guitarist magazine, we have an exclusive review of the Roland GR-55. Guitarist Alex Hutchings will be performing a short performance piece before going on an in-depth journey into what the unit can do. He's using his own Godin LGX electric that has a Roland-compatible pickup built in, but transforming our own guitar into such a thing is as easy as fitting one of these, a Roland GK3 pickup that comes bundled with certain versions of the unit. So, without further ado, here's Alex and the Roland GR-55.
Okay, I'd like to show you how I got some of the sounds you just heard in the performance. Let's start with the acoustic guitar and strings. Okay, so by pressing edit, you get into the main brain of the machine. You can see the tone here is made up of 4 components. So we have the PCM1, which is where all the sort of string sounds and synths live. And we have a second one there, so you can have 2 going at the same time. We then have the guitar models, and you can even use the normal pickup as well. So let's go ahead and turn on the guitar model. And as you can see, we've got it already set for the steel string. Now, if we cursor across, we can change between a few different options. We've got steel, nylon string, sitar, banjo, and resonator. So we'll stick on the steel for a moment, press enter, get back to the main screen. You can even change body type and body depth and things. So by cursing to the right, you can see we've got a few options here. So this is the one we're already on. If I just give you an example of a few other ones. A few variations for you. One more for luck. Okay, so that's cool. Now, if we want to add some strings to that, we'll go back to the main screen and we're going to go ahead and turn on PCM 1. So you cursor across, go up to the top with the jog wheel, you select it to be on. You can see the sound is on slow strings. Let's have a listen to that. Now, some of you may notice that that's a lot higher than the original chord, and that's because I've pitched it up an octave. And that is again on the next screen. So if we just cursor across, you can see that I've selected it to be 1 octave higher. Of course, we can have the standard octave 2, and even go down an octave again. So that's really cool. So I'm going to pop that back up to the octave there, and then go ahead and select the guitar on, and that's our sound. Also, you may have noticed in the performance piece that I was using the expression pedal to blend between the two. So if I move that back, it will just be the acoustic guitar, and as I push it forward, the strings will come in to play. Okay, so a couple more variations for you. Some of the other things we can do, I'm going to give you a nylon string sound, and this time I'm going to use the control pedal to hold the strings in the background. So if I go ahead and push this forward, then we're going to hear the string sound, and I'm going to hold it with the control pedal like this. Okay, so one more thing on this section, and that is I'm going to use a 12-string sound, and that could be turned on and off with the control switch as well. So for example, if you wanted a 12-string in the chorus to your song, you can simply hit it, and obviously when it's on the floor, it can be done with the foot. So I'll just show a quick example of that. Now, this is one of the most powerful parts of the GR-55 for me. It's the tuning capabilities. And as mentioned earlier, because of the divided pickup, we can tune each string individually up 2 octaves or down. So that's a really cool feature. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of different tunings. And this is the kind of typical Keith Richards style tuning. So the open chord. And even the E string is muted. So you just have that traditional 5-string sound, which is awesome. And I'm going to get into the tuning section in a second. I'll just give you a few examples first. We can have Dadgad, and this example has some strings in the background also. Okay, for the rockers out there, you can also tune the guitar down like you would in drop tuning. So this is the whole guitar neck tuned down a tone. So let's have a listen to that. Now, if you want to get really heavy, as I said to you, we can tune down a whole octave or more, but this is down to a drop A. So imagine we've got a 7-string guitar, but I've even taken the low string down another tone to give us a really heavy sound. So let's check that out. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do this. Right. So whenever you want to get to the tuning section, you press Edit, and we need to page across from the tone, which we looked at just now. So you press the page button. Here are all your effects. That's where the amps live, all your delays, choruses, and things. And the alternate tuning lives in this master control section here. So as we go across, here is our alternate tuning page. Now, you can see each string has the ability to be tuned. So I've got every string down 5 semitones here, and the final one down 7. So let me show you that again in motion. I can individually manipulate that like this. Which is pretty powerful and very awesome. Okay, and the final thing I'd like to show you is the example in the piece at the beginning, which was my own tuning, which I kind of made up, which is the acoustic section, where what I had was a low C string, G, C, G, C, with some synth in the background. It was this section. So it's brought new meaning to the one finger phrase. Not only can we do it on these strings, but on all 6. So you can really be creative and come up with your own tunings. Okay, so let me show you how to get a bit more of a conventional sort of a sound. So we're going to press Edit to find a tone. I'm going to start with a guitar sound. So I've got basically the first electric guitar sound, so classic Strat. I'm going to show you how you can change the pickup selection. So here's the guitar model here, and if I go through, you can see we've got classic, modern, and humbucker. We've got Telecasters, lipstick pickups, P90s, all these things to choose from, but we're going to go with a classic sort of Strat sound. When you page across, here you can see the pickup selection, so we can make it center or any one of the 5-way switching. So let's go for the front. Okay, I can change that to the other selection. Okay, I'm going to leave it on that selection. Now let's listen to the amplifier. Now to get to there, we're going to page to the effect page here. So now we're on our amplifier. We're going to a clean twin right now. So same fashion, highlight that with the cursors here. With the jog wheel, we can pan through some of them. So here's the clean twin. Go for Pro Crunch. Tweed. Deluxe Crunch. So lots of variations, and of course you can go into any one of those, change the gain, change the EQs and all the rest of it. But let's go back for the clean for the moment. Okay, so now we've got a basic sound, we can add some effects to that. Now we're already in the effects section, so we can scroll down. We have things like delay, phasers, more delays, reverbs and choruses. So let's go ahead and add some reverb to the sound. So we go along to the left side and select on, and we've got it set up for a plate sound. So okay, so of course if we want to, we can scroll across to the effect level and turn that up a little bit. We can add some delay, so we just go along to here, turn on with the jog wheel. Let's have a listen to the delay. Why not add some chorus? So we can come down here, add the chorus section here. Gives a really rich sound, of course. And again, all the parameters are fully editable as well. Now, let's have a bit more fun and add some of the synth sounds to that. So to do that, we're going to go back to the tone by paging to that section. I'm going to go up to the PCM 1 and add this effect. So already you can see how we've totally changed just that basic clean sound, which is awesome. I'm going to add another real sweeping sound. So let's add that and see what happens. So look how massive that sound is, all based from the classic Strat, and we added some great PCM tones to get a really unique sound.